What's up everybody? Today we're going to be changing the front brake pads and rotors on my 3rd gen 4Runner. It should be pretty quick and simple, so follow along and let me know in the comments if there's anything I could do better for this how-to video, because it is still a new style for me. And also please leave a like, it would help me out a ton and it would help get the video out to everybody else who wants to see a good quality how-to video. So alright, with no further ado, let's get into it.
Well, step 1, you're going to go ahead and take off the wheels. This one's size 21 millimeters.
These are the stock Toyota rims, meaning that if you also have these stock Toyota rims, you should have the same size. What size did you say?
21 millimeter.
21 millimeters. So if you guys have that tool, you can go ahead and use it for this.
Alright, let's go to the other side. Turn it this way. Alright, so now we got the caliper here, and we gotta release this clip here that's holding these 2 pins into place. So you're just gonna get that out of the way. The new ones should come with it, or the new ones do come with it, so it's okay to break it if you need to. Now we're gonna release these 2 here. Alright, so we gotta hammer these guys out. So see if you can fit your hammer in there. Okay, cool. Let's do this side first. You're gonna push down this on this clip to release the pressure on the pin and pull that out. Then this one should just come out. There we go. Boom. Alright, now we gotta push these guys in, push the pads in to push the pistons in as well. So we're gonna pry these up. Ooh, this one didn't even have any brake material left. Sheesh.
So as you guys can see, this brake is pretty worn out, so it's a good thing we're replacing them. But what he's doing right here is he's pushing in the piston to give us space to take out the calipers, the brake pads in the caliper.
And to fit the new pads in there as well.
Yeah, and it is going to take a little bit of elbow grease to push in those pistons. They're not easy to push in. And you can see Nathan's over here using all his strength. So don't be discouraged if it's a little hard to push these in. There we go. Look at this little brake pad.
Yeah, that pretty much done. And this side was metal to metal here.
Sheesh. Well, good thing we changed them. Same thing with the other side.
And then to keep both of them, because if you push one side, the other side will push out. So you wanna do them both at the same time for one time to keep them all in. So you gotta push both sides at the same time to keep all the four pistons in. They make tools for this to make it easier, but 2 pry bars will do the job. That one still had a little bit left, but still pretty close.
And that's how it should look after you have removed both brake pads. It should look like this. You should have pushed in the pistons so you can have space for the new ones to come in. And then now let's move on to the next step.
Alright, so this brake caliper has this hard brake line here, and to avoid damaging it, we have to remove this bracket that holds it into place, and then it'll have more flexibility because this hose is not hard, so we'll have more flexibility once we loosen that. But first we gotta remove this clip here holding the sensor into place, and we're just gonna pry it out. And then we're gonna go ahead and loosen the bracket by removing this bolt here. It's a size 12 millimeter. So we're just gonna remove that. There we go. Then next, so this should be loose. So now we can release the caliper by removing the caliper bolts, which is gonna be these two right here, this guy and this guy. And those are gonna be size 17. These are usually pretty tight, so you're gonna need a breaker bar, or if you have power tools, you can use those as well. I'm gonna go ahead and use this breaker bar here.
And you're not going to want to take it all the way out because you don't want that caliper to fall because it could damage the brake hose. So you want to just loosen it up a little bit and then control the caliper as you take it off.
Now once it's loose, you can change back to your hand tools. Yeah, so once it's out, you just put a couple more threads in to keep it in there to secure it in place while you take out the bottom one. That one. Then go ahead and hold the caliper in place while you take out the other one. And you want to use a bungee cord or one of these guys to hold your caliper up to keep the pressure off of the brake line.
So you don't want to leave that caliper hanging because it could damage the brake line. So that's why Nathan was saying to leave it hanging from right there, from something, whether it's this little hook type of thing or just some type of cord.
And then your disc should be loose. If it doesn't come off, then you can just whack it with a hammer as hard as you can and it'll come off. And now you just want to clean off this surface with a wire brush. So we're gonna just clean this off with a wire brush, all that rust build up there, so we can put the new rotor on without any problems. I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. Then we're gonna clean off with some brake clean. And then while that dries, you can go ahead and clean off the brake caliper as well. And what you want to clean is these surfaces where the brake pad's going to go. Use your wire brush for that. And the reason you want to do it here is just so you have more accessibility before you put it back on to clean it off. It's easier to reach. And when you're done cleaning it with the brush, then you want to spray some brake clean on it. You can put it back up into your holder there. And now that this is dry, you want to put some grease on here or some anti-seize lubricant. I like to use the copper anti-seize. So you're just gonna put some, and this will help it from rusting onto or help the rotor to not rust into this part right here.
All right, now we're revealing the new discs. They're the Duralast Gold. They are high carbon steel, delivers maximum heat dissipation. All this high carbon formulation. Sweet.
All right, so here you want to clean off the rotors real quick with some brake clean to get off any oil film they get to prevent rust when they're sitting there in the shop. So spray it with brake clean and take a rag. Go ahead and you just want to clean the surface that's going to connect to the brake pad.
Show us the wipe. So there's quite a bit of oil obviously on there, like Nathan said, to prevent the rust and everything. So yeah, make sure Make sure it's clean, because if it's not, then it might not be good when you're braking. Okay, real quick, make sure you guys get the right rotor for the right wheel. There's two different sizes. There's 16 inches and 15 inches. We accidentally got the 15-inch ones, and that's why we were struggling to put the caliper on earlier, because we didn't realize that they gave us the wrong size. So we needed 16 inches, so we just went and got the 16-inch, and now we're gonna put it on.
All right, we're gonna put this bad boy up on here.
So if you made the same mistake as us, make sure you just clean off the brake. Same with the rotor, same thing.
Much easier.
Okay, so first thing you gotta do is put this bolt in there to hold it up, because the caliper is pretty heavy. The next bolt. All right, so you want to tighten these bolts before you put on the brake pads. So that's what we're doing right now.
So we're just gonna tighten these down. Then you want to tighten them. There's a torque to them, but really you just want to tighten them a little more than snug. All right, now we're just gonna put the pads in, slap those on, just the way, pretty much the way they came off. And yeah, these ones that look like this, with this clip here, that's the inner pad, and then these ones right here with this guy are the outer pads. And now the new pack should come with a new one of these guys that we took off at the beginning. Alrighty, so now we're gonna go ahead and put this guy back on with the new holder piece here and the pin. And if you remember from the beginning of the video, this piece was like this, but after some research, we believe it's supposed to go like this. Whoever did it last put it the wrong way, so we're gonna go ahead and put it like this, going back in. You just gotta line up the holes from the brake pads and the caliper. Then you're gonna hook this guy up like that, and then you're gonna push this in while pushing this pin through there. You gotta put this little guy back in, and so you're gonna have to use pliers or something to move these guys, the pins around, to get in the right direction to have the hole for this to go on. And then this guy goes through here like that.
And boom. Good. You don't want these brakes going anywhere. It's kind of gonna cost you your life if it does. So make sure that's all secure. There you go.
Oh, and don't forget to put this bracket back in place with the brake fluid line. And then go ahead and put the wheel speed sensor, clip it back in to that bracket, and that's it for this side. And now we just repeat the whole process on the right side. So unlike the other side, which the rotor came right off, on this side it's actually pretty stuck in there. So the way you want to get it out is first you want to put a lug nut on, so when you do hit it, it doesn't fall off and damage whatever's underneath. So that will hold that in place. And then you want to grab the biggest hammer you got and just whack it as hard as possible. There we go. Now it's loose.
Okay, both brakes are completed, the left and the right. These are the front brakes. And now we just gotta pump the brakes to make sure that the pistons are touching the brake pads so that your brakes actually work. So make sure you guys don't forget to do this before you guys are done. You can see the pistons are pushing on the brake pad to make sure that it makes contact.
All right, now just gonna torque them down to the right torque. Looked it up and it's about 110 foot-pounds for this one. And this is when you wanna do the star pattern. And I like to do it one more time just to be on the safe side.
All right, that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys were able to follow along, and I hope that we did a decent job at explaining how to do things. We are pretty new still at the how-to stuff, so leave in the comments stuff we could have done better, and we'll try to be better on the next one. But other than that, if you guys did like the video and if you found it helpful, please give this video a like and make sure you guys subscribe if you guys want to see more content like this, more content about the 4Runner, stuff like that. Catch you on the next one.